Alright guys, welcome back to Dooku Entertainment. So, the topic of today's video is going to be about Vanessa Bryant. As you guys know, Kobe Bryant has recently passed away, rest in peace to him. He was a basketball legend and a great man. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about his wife. So, not too long ago for his passing, she held a memorial service for him at the Staples Center. And during the speeches she gave and all the words that was said, there was a lot of controversy surrounding the memorial and events that went on around it. For starters, let's talk about her speech. Her speech was 30 minutes long, half an hour. Most people can't even give a presentation for that long, and that's most people in a stable emotional condition. And now you expect me to believe that a grieving woman, somebody who's sad and distraught, is up there talking for this whole 30 minutes, making jokes? It just doesn't sound plausible. Obviously, something's off here. You know, this is what leads me to believe that she is not grieving at all. It seems like she's just fine. Additionally, you can see that there's a difference in her tone and her emotions when she's talking about Gigi versus when she's talking about Kobe. When she's talking about Gigi, she actually sounds like she's hurt, like she's actually sad. But when she changes the topic to Kobe Bryant, then it's almost no emotion. She starts joking around like it's just any other day, like nothing even happened. Vanessa mentioned in her speech that she was Kobe Bryant's first and only girlfriend, which we know to be a lie because he took Brandy Norwood to his prom and they dated briefly after that. Then, to make matters worse, right after the ceremony, she went right down to the courthouse and decided that she was going to sue the helicopter company for a large sum of money, which is just not consistent with how she says she feels. A grieving woman, especially after such an event, where probably want to go home and be with her children, but obviously the main thing that was on her mind was the money. It almost seems that as if everything that she does after Kobe Bryant's death is all about money. For example, the commencement ceremony, it was not free to get in. They charged people a lot of money, and most of that money went to her. Even Michael Jackson's memorial was free to get into. Because at the end of the day, it's not a business. It's not about money. It's about celebrating the life of Kobe Bryant or anybody who's passed away. But it's just not that way for her. That's not how she sees it. Everything for her is an opportunity to make more money, which makes me wonder if that's what the whole marriage was about, an opportunity to get more money. Alright, to give you guys a little more detail about the lawsuit, this is basically what's going on. She's going to sue not only the company, but she also wants to sue the estate of the pilot. And she says this is because, he was negligent. He should have known better than to fly in those conditions. And, he should have had better safety protocols. Like, he wasn't skilled enough to do his job, basically. And she's basically blaming him and the company for everything that happened. And she seems to disregard the fact that, the pilot's family also lost somebody that was dear to them, and now she wants to bring even more pain to them by suing them for all their money. And I'm sad to say it, but I feel like that just makes her a horrible person because I would expect her to understand what this family's going through, but instead she doesn't care one bit. She wants to hurt them even more than she's hurt. She has way more money than them, and she seems to want more of it. So she should be able to understand what they're going through. Now that their husband, the breadwinner of the family, is gone. But guess what? The helicopter company is not going down without a fight. Rumors say they're counter suing her because the conditions were so horrible that there's no way they could not have known. It was so foggy out that the Los Angeles police grounded their own choppers. She could have just looked out her window and seen how foggy it was. Well, actually, if she looked out her window, she wouldn't have seen anything because it was so foggy. But anyways, what you guys might not know is that it wasn't really just the pilot's decision to fly that helicopter on that day. It was Kobe Bryant himself who was pressuring the pilot. You know how he is. He's a authoritative man, and he was just telling him, "Look, you have to fly this chopper." So then he put in a request, and the request got approved, and that's the whole reason the chopper was in the air in the first place. And now she wants to act like none of this happened and it's everybody else's fault. She's just pointing fingers everywhere, and she's just looking to get more money. It's obvious, guys. That's all she's after. Guys, she's done a lot of suspicious stuff after his death. Like, for example, a lot of people who love Kobe for the man he is left a whole bunch of gifts somewhere for him. And you know what she did? She requested that all those gifts be brought to her. Now, we don't know exactly what she's going to do with these gifts, but my guess would be that she's going to try to sell them. Because she just has a history of doing things like this. She likes to make money any way she can. For example, now that Kobe Bryant's dead, instead of keeping all his awards and treasuring them, she decided to auction all of them off. And obviously, they're going to be expensive. And all that money is going to come right back to her, which we know he doesn't like because when his parents did the same, she sued them for it. And now that he's dead, she's doing something that she knows he does not like because he's not there to do anything about it. And like I said before, I think that's just despicable. How could she even think about doing this? It hasn't even been a month since her husband is dead, and all she's thinking about is money. It's horrible. Like all this woman cares about is money. And she says she loves this man, but she doesn't even seem to be grieving. She just seems to be looking for an opportunity to make money. This woman seems to have no emotions. It's almost as if she was a witch. Funny thing I said that because during Halloween she was actually spotted wearing a witch costume. Not a princess costume. Not anything lively, but a witch, somebody who's known to be despicable and just horrible. One Halloween, she also went dressed as the Queen of Death, and now she has two of the closest people to her dead. Like, why can't she go as something happier, like SpongeBob or something? But no, she seems to relish in the sadness and death. I'm starting to think that Kobe Bryant's parents were right to not approve of their marriage. And if you didn't know about that, we actually made a video about this, explaining more details about how disrespectful she was to the parents of Kobe Bryant during her speech. So the link should be somewhere on the page. So if you guys want to learn more about that, just click on that and it'll take you right to the Kobe Bryant's mother was seen shopping, and in her shopping cart, she only had one single item. And that makes me wonder, why is that? Did she not have enough money to afford more? And was that because, Vanessa took all the money?
And I'm going to be honest with y'all. Y'all out here with the Latinos and Mexicans. I ain't got nothing against them. But I do know this. In Philadelphia, we got a section of the city that's all Latino. But black kids who live in that neighborhood, that's their neighborhood school. They might get treated worse in the all Latino schools than they get in the all white schools. They might get treated worse in the all Latino schools than they do in the all white schools. I'm just giving it to you real. It's a whole nother type of racism. People with black blood who don't want to be black being racist towards folks who know they're black. I'm just giving it to you real. There was no Hispanic before 1970. The United States government created that. Hispanic ain't nothing but a black person who speaks Spanish who don't want to be the hell black. So y'all got it twice out here. Because y'all got the white folk and then y'all got the brown folk who want to be like the white folk. And they earn their brownie points by stepping on your back. But yet you want to have a multicultural coalition. You're crazy as hell. Those people don't like you no more than white folks do. That's right. They just as racist. You ain't got nobody but yourself. Stop trying to line up with all these other people of color thinking they're going to help you. They can't stand you. They came to America to replace you.
Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for, checking in with us to stay updated on all the latest gossip. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and we would greatly appreciate it if you could donate to us, help support our page. We take Cash App and PayPal, and everything's going to be in the description down below for you guys.